Now let's talk about something everyone might not usually pay too much attention to. First is the ready position. The ready position. What is the concept of this ready position, Many friends ready positions. Let me imitate it for you. Maybe they are too focused on pursuing health, wellness, happiness, and entertainment. Then they roll up their left sleeve, put their hands on their hips, and just stand there like a ready post. Hey. Oh my, just like this. Hey, just like this. This kind of serve-return state. They are always in this state when receiving. With this kind of serve-return, even if they had Einstein's brain, they wouldn't be able to keep up. So what exactly is a proper ready position? Come, let me demonstrate it for you again. Right? We can think about how to drop short or pin the ball. Just now, I mainly demonstrated for everyone my ready state. First, when I am getting ready, the first thing my whole body needs to do is, my body is leaning forward. When I am leaning forward, everyone, look, I need some parts of my body to exert force. Where does this force need to come from? First, the balls of our feet and our knees. They must have a feeling of supporting the entire person's body weight while leaning forward. Right? Because my body is leaning forward. If my knees and feet don't exert force, I will directly do what? I will directly fall forward and lose balance. So my body must be what? Leaning forward, maintaining a forward lean. You need to feel that. Like you can support yourself. The balls of your feet and your knees must definitely be exerting force. Your heels do not actively exert much force. They don't need that kind of active, deep-planted feeling of force on the ground. Then secondly, what is it? In the upper body. We must do what? Tighten the abdomen. Sink the chest. And everyone, when receiving a serve, if you want to achieve a compact state, what must you do? You must tighten your abdomen. After you tighten your abdomen, your whole body will become compact. Even if your stance is perfect, if your stomach is loose and soft, then your serve return will feel very heavy. Your bottom will feel heavy. The tighter you hold your stomach, the more your body will lean forward. The looser your stomach, the more your whole body will want to fall backward. And the easier it is for you to sit there while preparing. So everyone must first learn. What? Prepare by leaning forward. Tighten the core. You must first keep your body tense. This is called being compact. Okay, what is the second point is, everyone watch. The split-step activation of your footwork. When we are preparing, what do we need? Many friends say, when they are receiving a serve, my eyes have judged it. My brain has also reacted. When it comes to the legs, they don't obey. This leads to this kind of situation. Let me demonstrate one for you. They might have prepared very well. But you see, every time they step in, it feels like this. It's always this very rushed step in. Why is it rushed? This is why they feel their reaction is slow. It's not that the brain's reaction is slow. It's that the feet's reaction is slow. At the exact moment the opponent tosses the ball, as soon as they toss it, this action of theirs, what kind of signal is it for us? It is a signal to start activating. So when we activate, many friends also know. You've seen ITO Mima. What does she do when she prepares? Doesn't she bounce on her feet in place very quickly? As soon as the ball is tossed, she starts bouncing in place. Her step in can be fast. Right? So this is also a detail many fail to notice. They stand there, going from a standstill directly into a step in. They will naturally be slow. So what do we need to learn? Learn to activate split step. Learn to activate. Everyone look. 1, 2. Did everyone see? When I go to prepare, when the opponent tosses the ball, look, I also start moving. Did everyone see that? Right, under your feet there is like a small motor. How exactly should I bounce to be correct? To bounce correctly, you only need to achieve one thing. Your bouncing is done under your feet. It's to prevent your feet and the ground from being glued together too tightly. They are continuously bouncing and moving. It's not the knees moving. Your knees aren't actively trying to bounce. When you bounce, it's because your feet are bouncing, which drives a slight bobbing of your knees. Instead of planting your feet dead on the ground, using our knees to bob and bounce, only by keeping the bottoms of your feet constantly maintaining an active state. Getting into position can be fast. So we must first learn to activate. This way, when the opponent serves, you can accurately keep up. Right? I can accurately get in position and adjust, right? And then we can always, right? Flick if we need to flick, right? Push long if we need to push long, right? If I read it well, I can come over and banana flick. This way, I can do what? I can take every ball on the move and adjust while receiving. Whether you use both feet to bounce in place together, or use small adjusting steps, look, Like the physical training we've always practiced. Doing small adjusting steps in place is totally fine, no problem. You just need to get your feet moving. Your step-in will instantly be a level faster. As for being active vs. Let me give you a demonstration. For a forehand short ball, being passive. This is called passive. What is being active? When I'm active, my whole body leans far in. When I lean far in, my aggressiveness becomes much stronger. The sense of impact it gives to the opponent will feel more intimidated and hesitant. Then, when we move, how should we move? Come, let me explain it to everyone. When moving, you must pay attention to your footwork. Everyone, we absolutely must not do what? Mess up the sequence. For many friends, when receiving a sequence is, after activating and seeing the ball, they do what? Upon seeing the ball, they reach out their hand first, then move their feet. Reaching first, then moving feet. They feel their hand can't reach, so then they move their feet forward a bit more. Now, for friends with long arms and long legs, they serve right to your hand, but once the angle is wide, right look. See that? But if you have the space, you can stand up. Let's try doing this. Do you? Have you noticed? Your hand is already stretched out, and your feet want to move. Doesn't it feel like you can't move even if you want to? The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Why? Because when you step in and reach out, it's not that my center of gravity is kept very stable. While I reach out, I will, because of reaching out, cause my entire center of gravity to lose balance. My whole center of gravity gets pulled over. Think about it. I can only move when my 2 feet are balanced. If my body is already leaning like this, am I supposed to hop on one leg? It's impossible. Right? So, if we want to be able to step our feet into the ball, what must we do first? We must actively use our feet to find the position. Everyone look, meaning you step into the ball using footwork to find the position. But you will see, if I reach my hand first, my feet might not make it. But as long as my feet get there, my hand will definitely be here. It's impossible for my feet to get there. It's placed over here. Say my feet arrive. My hand is back here. That's impossible. Right? As soon as we see the ball come, footwork gets into position. Then you see my hand naturally gets into position. It naturally arrives. We won't then experience this issue, where reaching first leads to not being able to reach the ball, causing the stroke mechanics to deform. When we are stepping in, what other issues should we pay attention to? Everyone, you can take a look. Actually, when stepping in, because this table blocks our thighs. Because for most friends, the height of the thigh is right at the height of this table surface. Right? So everyone look, when your foot steps forward, actually, when you step to a certain distance, you will feel that the table has already blocked you slightly. You can no longer move forward. If you still force yourself to move forward, everyone look, the more I stick this leg under the table, what happens to my center of gravity? It leans further backward. Because when receiving, we must maintain a forward lean. But everyone, if I only step in this much with my leg, can I reach the ball? Can't reach it at all. Can't reach it at all. Let me show everyone. For example, if they serve it a bit short, if I only move my foot, I still can't really apply power, right? Right? I still can barely touch it. So our true center of gravity, the center of gravity requires what? You must learn to use your upper body to get close to the ball. Look, the extent my foot can step in is limited. My upper body, I can lean in over the table as much as I want. Look. Right? My upper body can lean in as much as it wants. Right? The closer I lean in. What is the benefit of this, friends? Let me do another one for you. Right? I'll even do one using pen hold. The closer I step in, what benefit does it bring? The benefit lies in my body and hand being closer to the ball. My hand is also close to my body. My hand and body as a whole are close to the ball. Then you will feel, when you go to return this ball, it is using your body and hand together to control this ball, instead of simply sticking your hand out and relying on just this part. You won't be able to control it with your upper body leaned in. You can feel that you are controlling it within your body's frame. Only then will your control stability be high. Come, let me show everyone now. The center of gravity didn't move in. Control, see that? Right? If you use a bit of force, it might pop up high or fly out. So what should I do? Enough to lean your upper body in. See that? Come, 1, 2, 3. Right? Come, let me demonstrate another one. Actually, look, as long as my body is close to the ball, whether I execute that backhand flip, or a flip, or a short push, I feel very confident. My hand and my body work together to control this ball. Why would it be hard to control? If you stick your hand out alone and rely solely on that to control it, That's when you feel insecure. That's when your hand shakes.
So when you go to return this ball,
you must learn 1. Move your feet first. 2. While moving your feet, right, especially for short balls, you must actively press your upper body in over the table, ultimately achieving that after your feet are in position. And hand all get close to the ball together, achieving a feeling of the body and hand controlling this ball together rather than the hand and body being disconnected. Simply reaching out this hand alone to return the ball. If the opponent serves me this, for example, I want to return it with my backhand. I want to use a backhand banana flick. If my body isn't in position or my upper body hasn't leaned in, everyone look, I won't be able to generate power. Then how should I flick it? Body moves in. Doesn't the quality instantly go up? Right? You see, the body moves in. Let's do another one. Body moves in. See? Isn't the power all combined together now? What is the difference? One is just reaching the hand out. I only have the strength of my wrist. If my body moves in, I can utilize my chest, back, and core strength. See that? Actually, when you are pushing, it's the exact same principle. One uses the body to actively control it. It's just that the backhand banana flick to actively generate power using controlling the body with the body will be more stable. Because the greater your body's strength, the higher the quality you can unleash. The greater your body's strength, the more stably you can control this ball. So everyone must learn to use their body, center of gravity, footwork, and hand together to execute every serve return, instead of solely using your hand. Alright, let me demonstrate something else. If the opponent serves forehand, long backspin, serve. If I reach my hand out first, I would receive it like this, right? If I move my feet but don't adjust my center of gravity. Right, standing here to receive it makes it hard to generate power. I can't really apply force. So when I move my feet, adjust my center of gravity while moving my feet. 1, 2, 3, right? Then look, when I can feel the body driving the hand again. The feeling of them working together to loop and seek the ball. Look, move feet and use center of gravity. See that? Move feet, center of gravity. Then in our next segment because we just talked about how to judge, how to step in. Now, when we talk about how to execute the stroke, let me first teach everyone the first issue. What kind of spin did the opponent serve? How should we handle it? Alright, now, we'll divide it into 2 parts. The first and simplest one, when the opponent serves a ball, and you haven't clearly judged if it's left or right side spin, how should you receive it? Everyone can take a look. If we haven't properly judged the opponent's left or right side spin, which will result in two kinds of erroneous effects. Everyone can see when eating a left side spin. See that, friends? It either FLIs this way. Now, if eating a right side spin, look, let him serve eating a right side spin. Everyone, where does this ball fly? FLIs this way. It either goes left or right. Okay then. If you really didn't judge it clearly, what do you do? The first prerequisite, you must first learn to add force. And this force needs to be added to what? Added to your friction. The third thing is, since this ball will either fly this way or fly that way, what is the safest way to receive it? You should aim it towards the middle of the opponent's table. As long as I know this ball, I add some friction towards the middle. I'll push this ball the same way. I don't care if it's left side spin or right side spin. Here. See that? I push every single ball towards the opponent's middle. Hey, 2, look, go. I also aimed for the middle to push. Right? I don't know what he served either. I didn't But everyone, look, just now I aimed for the middle and I returned it over here. Right? We returned it over here. So everyone, look, if you aim for the corners when receiving, if you really didn't read the spin, it might fly very far off. If you can't read the left, we always or right receive side it towards spin. Even if we are affected by the spin, it might land in the middle. Landing middle left on the opponent's side. Or middle right. It won't be so bad that for this ball, if you aim for the middle and add some force and friction, it would still fly all the way to the wall. If that happens, we can only say the opponent must be. So if we can't judge left or right side spin, 1. We must add force. The force must be applied to the friction. 3. We must aim for the white line in the middle of the opponent's table. Even if we are affected by the spin, it won't fly straight off both sides of the table. At the very least, it can still land on the table. Because getting it on the table is always better than missing entirely. That is just a basic push. I wasn't looking at everyone. Oh man, I didn't react in time, right? I was just looking at everyone. Now I won't look at it. When the ball comes, I'll just return it. He served me a ball and I just aimed for the middle. The return might have drifted drift it a bit, but at least it won't miss the table entirely.
Now I'll talk about what to do if you can't tell if it's
How
top
should
or
we
backspin.
receive it? Because some friends' opponents use hidden
I know,
serves.
right? So how to receive it?
Come, let
Many
me show
friends
everyone.
say,
Top or backspin?
should we choose to push or choose to attack?
Everyone must remember, choose to push first.
How?